And they're off.
Listen, we're going to start off by saying goodbye to my guy, Marcus Smart, number
Oh,
36, my man, Marcus Smart. Good
you know,
morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Amazing Grace Sports Network. That's my man, Clay,
that's me. I'm here.
Eric, Eric James. We are
Erick
here.
K. James is rolling the show now. I am his co-host. So Eric is leading the charge, and we're off. And as they round the corner, Erick K. James is in front, and he's breathing hard, but he's got the lead. He's going down the home stretch, and he wins by a nose.
Yeah, we say goodbye to Marcus Smart. He's gone.
Bye, Marcus. Bye, Marcus.
And they welcome in
Chris,
Porzingis.
Kristaps Porzingis. Now, I am of the opinion that it's a great trade. But then again, I was not a Marcus Smart fan. I mean, I'm being honest. Marcus drove me crazy. He drove me nuts. My wife thought I was nuts one night. She thought I had lost my mind because I was shouting at the television. Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! And he would shoot it again.
But you had the coach on the other hand tell him shoot everything, just shoot it.
That was when he had Brad Stevens. He was doing that, and Brad was over there going, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" Marcus didn't care. Marcus was like, "Screw you! I'm shooting. Everyone else have a nice day." So that was that, and we just had to deal with it. But I won't have to deal with it anymore, Marcus.
Well,
Marcus, you're gone.
Marcus was the spark for the defense. Definitely was a spark for the defense.
Really?
He would take an offensive foul, no problem. He'll take it. You can run over him, he'll take it. So we'll have to see who's going to ignite the defense for the Celtics from this point forward. Because oftentimes they get very laxy-daisy, want to shoot everything, but don't want to play no defense. So
okay, well, you know what, Marcus? I'm going to counter that by saying, Marcus, Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler played better defense than you in the Heat series. Okay, they were taking balls away from people, stealing it. I mean, I liked you, Marcus. I really did. And I'm not going to say no. I didn't. No, I didn't. I can't lie. I really didn't like you, Marcus. I thought you overplayed your role. I thought you shot the ball where you should have passed it to Tatum or Jaylen Brown. One of the better shooters. I always thought you were like the fourth option right before Al Horford, that everyone else was an option before you. And you seem to think you were a one or two. And it really drove me nuts. I loved your hustle. I loved your grit. But I thought that, I thought you were better than what you were, and it took away from the team. Of course, we'll miss your defense. Your defense, you know what? You can't replace that. But I thought you took away from the team in other areas. Yeah. And now that you're gone, I won't have to shout at the television, "Don't shoot anymore." So I look at it as a plus.
Well, I know that he was thrown into position of guard, a point guard, which he truly wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
However, it don't take much to settle down and figure that out. I have to create the passing. I got to create those passing lanes. I got to move that ball. I'm not so into shooting right now. I need to make everybody else do their thing. So you're like the pusher, and you make the game happen, or you bring the game. You're like you said, the fourth option before you shoot the ball. You got to find people and get to them, and which he did sometime, but not enough. Not enough.
And not enough. He thought he was and I think a man's got to know his limitations.
Yeah.
You got to know what you do well.
Got to stay in your lane and just don't do too much. But my man Marcus, farewell, man. And I hope things go well for you out there in your new home, because it's all about transition, and ain't no place safe in the NBA. You can be injured, you can be traded, you can be fired at any time. So you make it work right there where you're at, my man. But thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then we have Mr. Porzingis coming to the Celtics. I wish we had downloaded some of his footwork because uh, your footwork was pretty good, man. I really never really paid attention to you. But you're going to be very interesting this year as we go into the new NBA season and the new big three, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and Jaylen Brown. But who is going to play the defense? Who's going to play the defense? Any of these three guys going to play the defense?
We're going to let the referees play defense. I'm back.
Any of these three guys going to play defense? Name which one of these guys going to play defense.
We got some referees on our side. They will help them play defense because obviously, I mean, they're not bad defensive players. They're just not locked in defensive players like the Miami Heat. Yeah. I hate to bring them up again, but let's face it. Yeah. They're not locked in defensive players like the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, they get everybody to play defense, and the Celtics only play defense most of the time. I mean, at 60% of their capability.
Well, they play defense probably 60% of the regular season. So there is no 60% when you get into post game. There is no 60%. You got to come with it every night.
Yeah. Night. That's a coach. That's a coaching, and that's a coaching philosophy that we see that Denver has. Denver has that coaching philosophy of defense. Miami has that coaching philosophy of defense. We talk about Jokic and we talk about Butler, but their mainstay is defense.
That's it.
They live with that. They live with that and they die with that. And well, the Celtics live with the offense and they die with the offense. And that's not always going to get it done. You're going to have to come with some defense, not just some of the time, not just most of the time, but in the playoffs, you're going to have to come with it all the time. And we'll see what happens. So we have Kristaps coming and Marcus leaving. These are the new big three. What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I just want to know who's going to play defense. And is Jaylen Brown going to take better care of the ball? You know, is he going to learn to dribble with his head up and stop trying to go through three people?
I don't think that's going to happen because they're offering him an extension.
They didn't give him his max?
I think they're doing that during the process of talking about it.
He's what, $125 million, ain't it?
Ooh, I mean, it's a lot of money. I know that much. But if he hasn't learned how to dribble, the thing is with this, they've gone deep into the playoffs. This is what nobody is recognizing right now. They've gone deep into the playoffs for the last 5 years, always into the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals. And that starts to wear and tear on your body. The short rest. Well, a lot of teams are already done, 2 months before they've ended their season. They put 2 months of more wear and tear. And actually, it's the heaviest wear and tear because it's the playoffs. So they're going to have to start thinking. Right now, they got rid of Marcus. Jaylen Brown, okay? I would definitely be thinking about putting him on the block for somebody to bring somebody in now that they have Porzingis and Tatum for offense. They definitely need some defense. I don't think that rookie guy, Jordan Walsh, I don't think this guy, where is
he? And we still don't have a point guard.
Right. I don't think Jordan Walsh is going to get it done. Okay, that's Jordan Walsh. I saw him in the Summer League. I've watched 2 games of the Summer League, and I'm not impressed. He had a good first game, and the second game, wasn't much to talk about, okay? And I think he ended up with a knee injury. So I don't see much of a defensive presence just right off the bat. He didn't make any steals. He didn't block any shots. Uh, he's going to be struggling in the game, his first year. So we'll see what happens. But they need to make a move with Jaylen Brown. He's often been injured. Okay. And when Tatum did get injured in the 7th game of the Heat, he didn't show up.
Matter of fact, he ran out.
He headed for the door quickly. Started making turnovers right from the beginning. So they have to make a decision with him. That's not going to change. They got this guy, O'Shea Brissett, now. He's going to be somewhat of a power forward, small forward, kind of a quick guy. I don't know what they're going to do with him. That's another pickup they made along with Porzingis. I saw some highlights of him, and we actually watched him a lot during the year. We would see his name. He was on the Pacers, and we would question, who is this guy? Sometimes he put up good numbers. Sometimes it was like he wasn't there. But we're going to find out firsthand. I think he only averaged 9 points a game last season, if that. So they're getting him. He's a third-year guy. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We still got no point guard.
You mean, what's that guy named Peyton Pritchard? Isn't there a guy named Peyton Pritchard on that team?
Okay. That's the best we can do.
They're digging pretty deep right now. But if Marcus can play point guard, I'm pretty sure, because Marcus had no idea of how to play point guard when he came in.
Well,
matter of fact, when he came in, who was it? It was Isaiah Thomas. IT carried the team.
Oh yeah.
So when Marcus came in, he wasn't ready for the guy.
Little guy with a big punch.
Big heart, big punch. He got hurt, and sometimes these injuries can end your career, and it did his.
They should have pulled Derrick Rose. I didn't even know he was still out there.
I think. Well, let's point out where Derrick Rose went. He went to Memphis.
Yeah.
And I don't think they grabbed Derrick Rose to play. I think they gathered Derrick Rose
to mentor.
Somebody's got to mentor John Morant. Somebody's got to put their arm around him and walk this kid down the street and into the building, and out of the building to his house. John Morant's a special case. He's a special player. He's another guy who's one injury away from the, ending of his career. He plays with so much force and torque. But right now they're worried about what he's doing when he's not on the court, affecting what he does on the court, or his ability to stay on the court. So I think Derrick Rose is there for that. He's going to have to give that to the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't think he's there to play.
We'll see how that goes. So my man Kyrie got paid. What they gonna do now?
Kyrie, a lot of people get paid on talent. And we've seen over the years that a lot of players get paid on talent. Zion Williamson, this guy here. Okay? He hasn't produced at all. He gets paid on talent. Kyrie might be there, might not be there. He's getting paid on talent. I think it's a bad move. I think it's a waste of money. But they traded for him, and now they have to try to do something with him.
Well, he got to be able to work with our big boy.
With that, what's his name? Gosh, we talk about him all the time too.
All the time.
We talk not kindly either. Let's see, Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks roster. This guy's going to jump out right from the beginning. Luka Doncic. All right. He's got to coexist with Luka Doncic.
They have to work together, man.
What do you see on that? Give me your breakdown of Luka Doncic.
Well, if they spend some time on their off season and really figure out, are we gonna take a shot at the championship? this is how we need to play together. Or if we're going to continue to do what's been happening, this just ain't going to work. So now that they paid him, I'm thinking there's been some conversation.
Think so? You think Luka's talking with Kyrie about let's work it together?
He has to. He got everything to lose if he don't.
You know.
Now if they're gonna give Kyrie
you say has to. I mean, it's only that the only thing that can happen is that he will lose. I mean, it's not like somebody is going to execute him if he doesn't work. If he doesn't work with Kyrie.
No, but what I'm saying is, if they're going to give Kyrie the money they just gave him, then there must have been some discussion. If me and you didn't work right now this year, and we have next year coming up, then my contract is up, and you're going to give me an extension or whatever the case is. You're not going to give me 120, 150 mil, 120. I don't know what it is he got. You're not going to give me that unless me and you had some conversation that we're going to work this out. That just doesn't make sense.
You're right. You're right. I think they gave him 120 mil over 3 years. It's like 40 million. But okay. Kevin Durant and Kyrie were together. But how did that work out? Disastrous. It wasn't because Kyrie has a hard time. Then there's a lot of cases where people get paid a lot of money, and it doesn't necessarily. Jordan Poole, he got paid for Golden State. Didn't work out too well this year. They just couldn't get it together. I don't think just because they're paying Kyrie money that it's going to work out. I think that's what they would like to happen, but I don't see it just happening because they paid him money. That all of a sudden your behavior is such, and it's going to change 45 degrees, and you're going to be a totally different player because they paid you money.
I don't think that's the way. That's not the way I'm seeing it. It's more like, if we're going to keep this guy, let's have a conversation. You know, if we're going to pay him X amount of dollars, let's have a conversation. So I'm thinking that Kyrie must have made some adjustments or maybe some promises.
Now you're catching on.
Promises, they won't keep.
Now you're catching on. Kyrie always says a lot. I think he said he was going to stay in Boston forever.
Hey, then he stepped on the
leprechaun or whatever. So Kyrie says a lot of things, but like I said, I'm not too sure that that's going to make him. He's gonna change his personality and his attitude. 45 degrees to become that player that he needs to be in order to win. And I'm not even gonna. I'll just say that for Kyrie, and I don't think Luka Doncic is either.
That's another thing, yeah.
Right.
He's like, I'm bringing the ball down the court, and that's just it.
Right. I don't think Luka Doncic is going to change his game either. We'll see. Yeah. I'd like to see, but if they ever do, if they ever adjust their games, that would be a tough team to beat.
It would.
We'll see what happens. We have this guy to talk about. Now, we talked about the trade for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis, O'Shea Brissett, Marcus Smart gone. Grant Williams is also gone.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Grant. As my son would say, bye-bye, Grant. Don't let the door hit you in the back as you go out. Just move a little quicker. I actually like Grant Williams more than I like Marcus Smart. I don't know what that means, but I did. My son, however, couldn't stand Grant Williams. What is your opinion of the Grant Williams departure?
I think Grant Williams really didn't know where he fit in at. So when he had the chance to play hard, he did, and then he was a little scarce on other times, and he just didn't play well. He just didn't know where he fit at and what his position was as far as the team and where he, he wasn't comfortable. He just wasn't comfortable. That's what I saw with him anyway.
See, Grant Williams is now a Maverick.
Huh?
Yeah, he's a Maverick. So he's going to be with Kyrie and Luka.
Yeah, they trying to put a little something together over there.
Don't expect to see the ball too much, Grant. It's not going to happen.
That's all right. Play defense.
That's all they're going to
Play
want you to do
defense.
is play defense.
All you gotta do is play defense.
And when they throw you the ball, just throw it right back to them, and you'll keep them happy, because that's all they really want. They just want to throw you the ball so they can relieve some pressure and go back door, get the ball back. They really don't want you to shoot it.
Work on your passes, Grant.
Yeah, you can work on your passes. Don't even think about shooting the ball, Grant. Just grab that ball, take a couple of jab steps, and then get the ball back to them. And everybody will be happy in Dallas. Get some rebounds. Box people out, get some rebounds. Elbow people, use your big body. And you know what? Everyone will be happy in Dallas, even though probably will lose. Good luck with that. The dog is barking at the right time.
Yeah. Hey, the Golden States kept Draymond. Gave him more money.
Yeah, of course they did. You know what? $25 million a year.
Ooh.
The Celtics could have offered him 28.5. I mean, they could have offered him. The Celtics could have offered him a $120 million contract. If they got Draymond Green with Porzingis and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, it's a wrap. You can throw anybody you want in their point guard and tell them just to play some hard defense and pass the darn ball. It would have been a wrap.
Mm.
So they wasted. You got to go make these tough moves.
I don't like Draymond, but okay.
I know.
He played good defense, though.
I wanted Draymond suspended. I'm not, and we understand. My thing is, yes, the guy is a total jerk, but when he's on your team has a better chance of winning.
That's the Dennis Rodman.
Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you got to sacrifice in order to win, darn it. You got to swallow your pride.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to swallow your pride in order to win. It's, I mean, I'm just saying this. I don't know that if he would be that bad, but he probably would. But at least he wouldn't be doing it to the Celtics. That's my only consolation. He's gonna be in the league whether you like it or not. You might as well have him on your team.
Yeah.
It didn't to him. He gave the finger to the crowd. He incited the crowd. He behaved like a total idiot with Adam Silver 25 feet away from him, and they did not suspend him.
Yeah, these days these guys can do what they want to do.
So if they're gonna let him, and we both know it's just totally ridiculous. We don't want that type of behavior. But if they're gonna let him do it, he might as well be on your team, darn it. Sheesh. Anyway, yeah. So Draymond Green could have been had for 135. Just kick him 20 million, make it $5 million more a year. Okay. You could have had him for $140 million. They paid him 25. You would have been paying him. Yeah, you would have been paying him 120. So it would have worked, guys. Do it. But Draymond Green is not a Celtic because too many people just couldn't get it past the fact that, well, they just didn't like him.
Yeah.
The main host of the show is who I'm talking about, Erick K. James. Didn't want him. You didn't want him.
Nah, we can leave him home.
Darn it. I like winning. When I go on the court, I don't care what you do, as long as I win. Now, last but not least, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard wants to go to the Heat and play with Eric Spoelstra, play under Eric Spoelstra. What do you think of that?
I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Does he really want to leave?
Yeah.
So the Celtics got to do something.
The Celtics don't want him.
Really? I thought.
And not only that, he says he only wants to play for the Heat. He only wants to get traded to the Heat.
Oh, really? He could use him though.
Yeah. I don't know how many guys why? Because they lost Gabe Vincent, so they're gonna have Lowry.
They can get rid of Lowry and Love.
they ain't letting Lowry go. They ain't letting Lowry go because Lowry plays the way that Pat Riley like. But the problem is this: is Damian Lillard going to play the way Pat Riley likes? I mean, defense.
Yeah. What you gonna do? We'll see where he ends up. There's gonna be a lot of dealing still the next month or so before the season starts.
There's going to be a lot of dealings. The Heat, they figure since that's where he wants to go, they're going cheap. They're just offering a couple of things, and they're not offering anything big.
Right.
To Portland. So Portland is just looking around, going, "What do we do now?" I don't know what they're going to do. Hey, good luck with them. They have to make the decision. But yeah, he wants to play alongside of Jimmy Butler or Highsmith. That's that guy. Gabriel Vincent is gone, so we don't have to worry about that. He wants to play alongside of Bam Adebayo. Not with Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, or Jason Tatum. He ain't feeling them. Have a nice day, but he ain't feeling that.
Yeah.
Last but not least, did we really talk about Zion Williamson? Let's
big
talk
time
about
Zion, big time Zion.
Zion Williamson.
Wait a minute, hold on. Give him some music. And he's off. He's off to the races. He's off to the races. He's made the NBA. He's a big-time star. He makes big money. He has a kid. He has a girlfriend. He has a sidekick. He gets her pregnant. He's all in the news. He don't know if he wants to play. If he's not going to play or he's going to play, he's confused. He's young. He's confused. Zion, my man.
Zion says it's hard to stick on his diet.
First
right? I can't make this up.
Zion.
I saw it today. Type in Zion Williamson. He says, it's really hard to stick on your diet. I've been overweight, and it's cost me.
Big Baby. Tell him talk to Big Baby.
Diet to discipline. Zion says he's focused on fixing something. Pelicans Zion Williamson opens up on the struggles with dieting in Sports Illustrated. That was 3 hours ago. Yeah, well, here's another guy who's going to get paid on talent.
Yeah. But again, before we get off the show, let's break down $120 million contract.
$120 million contract. That's what Kyrie got. I think he got it over 3 years. Now, unbeknownst to most people, the government's going to take half of your money when you get over $150,000, $200,000. That's right. You're only bringing home half. So he went from 120 down to 60 over 3 years. We can even put it at 60%. All right. So let's just say they only took 40% and not half. Put it at that. That gives him $70,000. Now, his agent wants 10% right off the top. 10% of that is 120. 10% is $240. $2 million. $2.4 million. 10%? No, actually, it's 100. It's $1.2 million. So, oh gosh, no, it's $12 million. So they're taking 12%, 10% right off the top. So that's $12 million. So from his 70,000 that he had, it's down to 60 something, if not 50 something over 3 years. Now he's gonna have to live on that for the rest of his life. Good thing he got a Nike contract in which he's getting some money for a shoe. But how many people are going to buy his shoe when he's out the league?
What's his cost of living like?
That's what's going to happen. His cost of living is actually $20 million a year, and he ain't going to be making that anymore. That's his money that if he has it saved up, it's going to be gone within 5-7 years. He'll be broke. So while it looks like a lot of money on the outside, living outside that bubble, he's going to be living on $50 million over 3 years, which averages out to 17,000. When his lifestyle is 20 million and more, it's not going to last. We should not be upset when these kids, they're so young. If you gave me something at 28 million, you gave me $120 million at 28 years old, I don't know what's going to happen, but it ain't lasting. But that's what I'm saying. So we need to look at it in a different mindset. And, they're going to be trying to really only living on half of what you see over that period of time. And they have a lifestyle that exceeds whatever they're making. It's not a good deal. They have to really be cheap and get rid of the entourage. But most times that doesn't happen. The entourage takes advantage of them. They go out and they do an MC Hammer. They buy everybody something. They got 30 people in their entourage and they bought all their clothes.
And they
bought them houses. They bought them cars.
Limos.
And these poor kids, they're in bad shape by the time they get out the league. Most of them, for every Kyrie, there's somebody that doesn't even last 2 or 3 years in the league.
Yeah. Like Zion, all that money he got is about to dwindle away. There's no retirement plan. So you're not going to get a retirement after you get out of the NBA. So whatever you created, your own retirement is how you're going to live in the end. So a lot of these cats, they come on, they have difficulty adjusting. They have difficulty with rules. They have difficulty with their off time, their downtime.
Dieting.
They don't like to diet. They don't like to work. All of a sudden, that's always been a guy's dream in my world, is to work out every day and play the sport that you love. Period.
Right. Period.
And what is it? 5% become NBA players? Out of our neighborhood?
Yeah.
Not even that much. Probably about 2 or 3%.
Right.
So if you do make it to that point, there is no, I don't want to. There's no such thing as that. Now that's you have responsibility. It's crazy.
That's the way you think.
I know. But
that's not the way, these guys have felt entitled, have been entitled, and we know. And it's very hard for them to, like LeBron was set up from the time he was a kid to be in the NBA, and people started taking care of his money right from the beginning. So he had people around him that were looking out for him right from the beginning. Very fortunate guy. Didn't have to do too much thinking of this or thinking of that. He had people that were out there looking out to take care of him. A lot of these people don't have that. They got hangers on. And these people are hanging on. Like, take Zion Williamson. He has no retirement plan. I tell you who does, though. The stripper who got pregnant from him, she has a retirement plan. Okay? She's going to get paid no matter what. She's going to get paid. She has a retirement plan. Zion Williamson doesn't. That's it in a nutshell. That's how fast your money can go. Go ahead. Make some babies out of wedlock and find out how fast your money will go. It's going to go quickly. And it's not going to stop. They're going to ask for an increase every year. And even when you're not playing the NBA, they're going to want to get paid. So you may see this Zion Williamson has this contract. Cut that in half. And now take child support out of that. Now, I forgot to tell you. They don't do that net stuff. They want their money straight off your gross. So whatever his gross is, he's going to want 30% of that. 33%.
You're right. Okay, let's take a quick walk down memory lane. Fellas, you making money, everybody sees you're making money. So when they see you're making money, there's a plan to become a part of your paycheck write-off. So when women see you in the clubs and the strip joints and they know who you are, guess what? You are part of that plan now. Now, how you going to handle it is totally up to you. The answer is no, fellas. No. Use that word more often than not.
No.
Because you got to wake up in the morning. Don't wake up in the morning talking about, oh, man, I shouldn't have. Come on, man. We've all been there. And there's enough of our stories to keep you from having that story. Come on, man. You want to come talk to us? Hit us up. subscribe, like.
I got enough tears. I've cried enough tears for you and practically anybody else. You don't need to cry any tears. Here's the deal. All right. Don't do it, buddy. All right. When they tell you to go to the strip joint and hang out at the nightclubs, don't do it. When they tell you bad, you this, you that, they just wanted to say, don't do it. I will give you an example. One time, I was with a young lady, and she was supposed to be a paramour of mine. And as we were watching television, Shaquille O'Neal was on the screen for the Lakers. And she was daydreaming. And she said, if I can just get one night with him, I'll be set for the rest of my life. Hello, guys. And she said that as I was sitting right there. Greed is real. Yes, it's one of the 7 deadly sins. Greed is real. And they are after your money. One night.
Hey, the Bible says, curse the devil and he'll flee from you. But he said, flee from that woman.
like Joseph did. Run out of Potiphar's
house. You better run
house.
from the woman. He said, the devil will run from you, but you better run from the woman.
You better run from a woman.
You better run from
all
a
that,
woman.
All that 80 and 90 pounds of fury. Dude, 200 pounds ain't got nothing on it. Run, Forrest, run.
Look here, you better run, man. Look here, they were designed. They were designed to get you.
That's right.
Trust and believe. The ones that are out to do that. I'm not going to call them all bad, but the ones that are out there lurking, they're lurking for a reason, bro. They ain't looking for a marriage or any of that. They just looking for a part of you financially.
You can't save them. All right?
Come on, man. You can't save them.
This isn't about saving. You know who saves? God saves.
There you go.
You just a man. You get out the way and you go to church and find you a church-going woman. Or go to another country, find a church-going. Well, whatever you do, whatever you do, you stay away from these crazy ones that are hanging out in the club and online dating and things of that sort. Keep it together. Keep it in your pants. Okay. And yes, they are attractive, but keep it together, keep it in your pants, and go to church. You church going, holy, and about your kid and make you happy. Then comes the next step, trying to be a husband. Okay, that's enough. But at least you won't be in the mix of paying 33.3% of your paycheck to somebody who is now seeing somebody else in the house that you bought her. Have a nice day.
I'm gonna go one step further. Now, the church is only a hospital where folk go to redeem themselves and get closer to God. Now, you got everybody in the church house too. So just on the street, you can run into the same drama in the church house. So it's your decision which is going to make the difference, bro. The decision, trust and believe. When I think back over life, man, I wish I never took the position in that nightclub. That's when all of my craziness began. And I thought I was the man. But dude, look here. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You wait until you're ready to settle down before you start having kids. And when you're ready to settle down, be in it to win it. Don't be in it just for a minute, because it ain't going to always be good. It's going to take some time for you to learn each other, figure your own self out and what makes you tick and why it makes you tick and how you know how to say no or learn how to say no and keep saying no. And your wife, you have to do the same, and how you're going to jive together and make that castle. Build that castle so your kids see what you do, see how you live, and they mimic what they see. They only mimic what they see. So come on, man. We got to build a better neighborhood, a better city, a better state and country. You know? We're falling off the block, man. And we just kill each other all day long and call each other the B words and the N words, and that's all there is to life. That's not it. That's
not it. That's why you never heard us curse on the Amazing Grace Sports Network, because we're telling you you're better than all that. And we're going to try to give you the best advice we can, and that includes not calling each other any of these degenerate words that they think is somehow cool, because negativity still breeds negativity, and you will attract negativity if you're being negative. So, with that, we're going to wrap it up. Listen, who else is going to tell you what we just said? I don't care if you're white, you're black, that's Tom Brady, Mexican, Spanish, or whatever you may be. There's somebody lurking out there wanting to have your kid. You don't have to be a millionaire for this to happen to you either. Okay? So
just a hard worker.
Just a hard worker. So, guys, keep it in your pants. I say go to church, but spend some time in that church to find the right woman. There's plenty of people in church, and when the way they dress, you can probably figure out who's just in there looking for somebody. Right? Because there's a lot to go to church that's looking for someone too. All right?
That's it.
So you might have to figure out, look at how they dress and figure out, well, this one, you know what? I don't know if I can look at her. I don't know if she'll make the right wife. What I would say is go through the Bible. Use the Bible to help you pick out a wife. That's my best advice. So close it up, Mr. James. What do you got?
I think one of these days we're gonna have a grade school young man on the air. We're gonna talk sports. We're gonna talk life. So I think we got to start at the grade school level. I'm not saying that our high schools can't change and all the other good stuff, but we got to start when that mind is really, really soft, tender, and still absorbing. Because we're just seeing too much of the same thing out here on these streets, man. And I'm glad I'm not working the streets anymore, but just reading the news and seeing the news is just so much of the same thing. And we really can't complain no more because we cause most of our pain, man. We cause most of our own pain. It's crazy.
Yes, we have to say enough is enough. It don't work, guys. All that N-word and B-word and all that being cool and it don't work. You piss somebody off, I guarantee you they're going to call you the N-word before they pull out their gun. And that might be the last word you hear, too. They ain't going to say, hey, sir. They're going to say, hey, buddy. They're going to say, hey, brother. They're going to call you that N-word before they pop it off. So it's not a positive. Let's take it all out. Let's stop it. And in adolescent, it's not funny anymore. This stuff ain't work. Let's stop it in junior high. Let's stop it in high school. Word to you. It doesn't work. It's not working. Forget about what they're saying to you. It doesn't work. In order to get positivity, you have to be positive. You have to use positive words. You have to say amazing, love, grace, caring, beautiful, uplifting, and all kinds of positive things. Those are positive words. And then we get into the negative words. And the B word and the N word are both negative words. And if you want something to go right, don't use them words. Not even in your own life. Not even when you're talking to somebody. Let it slip out a couple of times. Okay, but then pull it back in. All right? Pull it back in if you can. Just go with another set of words to describe somebody to keep the positivity in your life so that you can go forward. Keep your mind right. Okay? Don't let anger overtake you. Because anger is going to lead to rage, and rage is going to lead to something else. And pretty soon, you step out the house, I don't care who they're directing you to be mad at. The person you're going to see if you're black stepping out your house is going to be a black person. And he might be pissed off too. What's going to happen? Yeah, you both going to be at it, and then nothing good's going to happen. We got to stop it all, guys. We got to stop all this crazy anger and madness and start breaking it down and realize and just let it go. The Bible says, don't hate anybody. Don't resent anybody. Pray for them. Don't resent them. Pray for them because it frees you. You're free. You're free now. And as long as you hate somebody, you're trapped. You're thinking about them more than they're thinking about you.
Sit right there. The only time you should be looking down on a man is when you're picking him up. Remember that.
Yes, I'm with you. Amen. Well, so much for sports. See what happens when you let old people talk? They're going to start giving you wisdom. We just ain't going to give you sports. We're going to give you, hey, if you want to be successful, do this. And if you don't want to be successful, well, you just keep doing that. We'd rather see you do the this and not the that because we want everybody to be successful. As we see, more people and more people are choosing not to have ideology in the sports because ESPN has made massive layoffs of many of the woke people that they had on the job. So people are tuning them out and tuning us in. So thank you very much. We're going to keep going with you.
Sometimes I just want to rent a car. Go.
Go where?
Go. It didn't give me the right. The commercial always pops up.
Well, listen, hey, peace, love, happiness. Hit the like button, subscribe, like. We're on our way up to 10,000, so then we're gonna go from there. But thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in and being part of our growth in our direction. And yes, NBA Tuesdays are back. Do we do NBA Tuesdays or NBA Wednesdays? Do we do NBA Tuesdays and Thursdays, or just NBA Wednesdays in the summer?
All right. Remember, only time you look down on the man or woman is when you're picking them up. Say something good to somebody this week.
And pick up the trash around your house.
Oh my God. Stop throwing stuff out your car windows, throwing trash on the floor. Here we go with a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, we're out of here. We're out of here. We don't even have any closing music. Do we have anything else except that bugler?
Nope.
All right. Let's see. What songs do we know that we know off the top of our head? You started off, and I'll back you up, and then we'll just fade out.
You go, Mama, Mama, yeah. There's too many of you crying. Brother, brother, brother.
Brother.
There's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way.
Find a way
to bring some love in here today. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we done.